This is how we're handling the dream sequences, folks. Nightmare sequences for some, dreams for others.
Oh.
All right, Kiffi. If you can activate your camera.
Yeah.
There you go, bud.
Looking
You got it.
rolls.
Okay. Okay, so you slump against the wall nearest the fireplace. Sleep takes you slowly. Your mind swims in and out of consciousness while you remember looking into Kellix's face as he fell just feet away from you. Darkness finally engulfs you. You come to and find yourself standing in an immense great hall. At the far end stands a large anvil, and the rhythmic pounding of hammers on steel reaches your ears. Standing to the sides of the anvil are two humanoids brandishing hammers. Smoke and light pour forth from a monolithic forge behind them. The forge backlights the figures at the anvil. Hammers rise and fall. Clang, 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 clang. As you approach, you realize they look like dwarves. One is a bit taller and stops as you approach, while the shorter one continues to work the steel. You realize that he is no dwarf, but just a short, stocky human. A long leather apron covers his torso. He holds the hammer in front of him, but not in a threatening manner. In a loud, booming voice, the man says, "Greetings, my faithful servant, and welcome to the Celestial Forge." He is now within reach as a large, strong hand clamps down on your left shoulder. You realize that you're standing before Fortubo, the unyielding rock, the bountiful seam, the pure ore, the master smith, the stone dweller. Kiffi Blackhammer, I have watched you with great interest. You have continued to impress me and those of the Dwarven Pantheon. He casts an eye behind to the dwarf working at the anvil. You recognize him as Moradin, the chief deity of the dwarves. He looks up from his work briefly to acknowledge your presence. Your gaze returns to Fortubo. Kiffi, you are favored above many of my priests, and I shall reward you for your continued faith. You shall travel far in my service, and I will ensure that you will have the tools to finish what I have tasked you to do. With this, he lays his right hand, upon the head of his hammer, and with a flash of light, the head glows bright red. He pulls forth a bead of molten ore from the hammer. He presses the glowing metal into the palm of your left hand. You expect it to burn, but you only register the weight. This is my gift to you, Kiffi. Take the metal and press it into your own war hammer. It will become blessed like you. If in great peril, toss your weapon aloft. It will aid you only once in this manner. Go now, servant of the pure ore. Darkness once again envelops you. The dream fades and shifts. You remember the mountains of your ancestors, and slowly your eyes flutter open as you lay staring at the ancient stone ceiling above you. You ruminate over the dream, recalling every small detail. You remember the molten metal orb. You open your clenched fist, and faint light spills from what you hold. That was your dream.
Well, okay. Well, I guess I better do what I was told.
Okay. So are you going to take the metal and press it into your hammer?
Yes.
Okay. So you take your hammer, which is laying there beside you. You take this orb, which feels solid, but as you make contact with the head of your own great hammer, your war hammer, it easily melds with it. And as it does, the head of your hammer glows a bright blue for just a brief second and then fades. Okay, so what this means is that you now have a +2 weapon.
Nice.
Okay. So there you go.
Excellent.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you for Tubo.
So
Coming through clutch as always.
Okay, so you can go ahead and go back, and when you do, make sure to send Yarn over, okay?
All right, we'll do.
Thanks. Oh, that